Hello Cancers, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name is Annie. Happy to have all the Cancers out there with me. Wishing you all a very, very happy birthday. I hope this season is treating you well. Despite all the craziness and chaos going on globally, let's try and get you some positive messages here for love, for your love life. This is what I call my Little Sips mini tarot readings. They are simply energy checks, checking in to see where your person at, that person who you're thinking of, whoever that is, as well as what potentially the universe wants you to know about this. So as always, inviting you into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Knowing in advance, not everything I say will be your message. So entirely up to you what messages you want to take away. Highly recommend you choose the ones that resonate, fit your circumstance or scenario. Anything that feels strange or foreign, release those messages. They're probably not for you, but give yourself the luxury of time. If there's energy in this reading that you want to take advantage of, we'll start manifesting it, right? Something may circle back around at a later date, so always be open to that, okay? Everything else about this reading will be down in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram, as well as .com. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. If you want to book a personal, that's all down below. Let's hop into your mini love tarot reading, all right? Let's see, what is this? I'm checking my bottom of the deck energy here. All right, so Ten of Pentacles, I love that. Are some of you already married? Oh, some of you are weighing considering the idea of marriage. Particularly with the way these are shown. I love this deck, by the way. It's new. It's Steampunk Tarot. The Steampunk Tarot. There's a few different ones. I don't love all the other ones, but I really like this one. Anyway, yeah, some of you are weighing out the consideration of marriage. And something about being heartbroken or painstaking. I don't know what that's about. You could just be dealing with an air sign, but some of you are hoping an Aquarius rushes in and communicates something to you, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe you're hoping to rush and communicate with an Aquarius. It might be that, it doesn't have to be this, Cancer, but it might be that you're putting all your eggs in, you're not putting your eggs in one basket. In a sense, it might be that you haven't decided who your long-term person is. If you've been in a relationship for a while, it could be that the idea of marriage is really scary to you. And especially if your person is an Aquarius, they may be like forcing it down your throat. Like, it's what we do. We've been together now. And there's something that you're nervous or worried about it. You see it as like, maybe it's like an end to your freedom. Maybe that lifestyle of bachelorette type stuff. But your person has good intentions. In fact, they're very excited. They want to like lock it down and make you theirs. I will say the energies can go vice versa too. So if you're watching this thinking, I'm the one who's like really heavy on the engagement idea, again, it might be vice versa, in which case you're probably dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. Let's look at your person. So where is their head at? Yeah, they're Knight of Wands. That's what I mean. Not a terrible card by any means. This is someone who's very passionate, someone who's full of life and energy and excitement, right? It's something we naturally gravitate towards too, right? When we meet someone who's just kind of in that kind of fantastical energy, right? We want to be around them. But it is sometimes the night, well, I'm just going to say it is the night least likely to commit. It's Sagittarian energy. Sagittarians long for their freedom. I'm not necessarily saying you're dealing with a Sag, though you might be. Would not be the first scenario I've heard about Cancers and Sagittarians. So much struggle, driving the struggle bus on that. But yeah, they're uncertain. They're not sure if they want to, something about a lock and key. Maybe you guys are moving in together. They also don't want to fight. They're tired of fighting, and maybe that's bickering, maybe that's arguing, maybe it's the idea of putting in a fight to try and please their Cancer. I'm not sure what that is. Let's clarify. They might be curious about something or someone else. The World. There might be a Scorpio involved here, or a Capricorn. Again, or an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's not telling me too much. They're fearing the completion of a cycle and taking it to the next level. The World is typically a very good card. It's about major accomplishments, major milestones in one's individual life, as well as potentially the relationship too. This person needs to be more vulnerable and speak more from their heart and what they're really thinking, because they're concealing it. They're having trouble. They're having trouble communicating to you where they see their future exactly. And to be honest, I'm not sure they even know. I think they're pensive right now. I think they're thinking about it. But ironically, very opposite of Knight of Wands energy, they don't want to rush right in. It's almost like they are thinking long term, which I do like. They're not making very rash, cold-hearted decisions. They're thinking about, who do I want to grow my life with? Who do I want to grow my family with? But I do sense like a fear in them of committing, of locking it down. It could be that internally they're quite conflicted. Why is Five of Wands? So yeah, in their heart space, I just have to be honest, the way it's being phrased to me, they're not sure where their passion lies right now. And if you guys have been, committed, especially if you are thinking about marriage, you've probably been with this person a decent amount of time, right? Whatever that means to you. It's not to say that they lack passion for you. I think they're wondering how much time and energy and effort they could put into progressing the relationship to the next level, whereas staying in the comfort zone of, we don't need to get married, we don't need to do this, we're together, we like each other. It could be that energy too. They're fearing the closing out of an old cycle in their life and embracing the new. It's not to say they won't, right? If anyone's going to harness that energy and charge towards it, it is the Knight of Wands. But I actually do like it, Cancer, because there's great thought being put into it. They don't want to rush in and feel like they rushed the process or made a mistake or quite frankly chose the wrong person. It could also indicate if you know that there's third-party stuff going on and you are falling for someone or are involved with someone who is married. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? They're not exactly sure who they can rush towards. They're probably thinking about their family, the roots that they've established, in which case, yeah, they're weighing out the ideas of who they can give all their time to. Sometimes in a relationship reading, Six of Pentacles, because it is like the charity card, the giver, the reciprocity card, you more frequently than not, there's multiple people benefiting from this person giving. So again, giving their passion, their love, their romance, but ideally to one person, not two. So just putting it out there for my Cancers. Tell me about Five of Wands in their heart space. Oh, too many cards. Interesting. So Six of Cups and Ten of Cups came on. So yeah, thinking long-term about a soulmate, they're very conflicted. That almost came out as one message. And then the other one, let's see, again, conflict with potentially a Pisces, Sagittarius, the soulmate card again, and the Page of Wands. So there might be a child involved somewhere in this relationship. Again, it could be from an ex. It could be someone who, yes, so one or both of you may have children. It could, yes, something about this may involve a child. Doing what's best for the child. Oh, goodness. So there's a lot of players in this scenario, and maybe I shouldn't use that word. I didn't mean it in I can't think of any of my words right now. Not the Don Juan DeMarco player. That's not what I'm talking about. It's almost like what's being weighed out on their scales is the happily ever after with a soulmate, and isn't it great, and isn't it wonderful, and la-da-da-da, and rainbows and sunshine. This is the fantasy idealized version of what they want. It's not to say it couldn't be, but they understand it's a lot more complex than just visualizing it and being like, that's what I choose. They are grappling with some major decisions. And again, it may involve different people in their life. That could be their mother, their father, their best friend, their child, right? It's almost like they're trying to do what's best for everyone involved, and that's why they're so conflicted. In a sense, because they want to please everyone. They want everyone to have a good time. They want everybody to have fun. They want everybody to just enjoy the simple pleasures of life, but so in life, it's not always that easy. I think for a lot of you, this person is married, but they potentially look back on a time with you that they are very nostalgic about. And in a sense, I think they do long for the past, but their current situation doesn't allow them to revisit something, at least right now, or walk back through that door. They might be otherwise committed. And certainly that's not everyone's story, but in terms of who you're, like people coming up in this conflict, you definitely have Pisces and Sagittarius. A lot of fire. I would say Aries, Leo, Sag is coming up here quite a bit, as well as maybe Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces too, if you're dealing with another water sign. Quite frankly, I got too many clarifiers for that, so it's actually like muddling the message a bit. So I'm actually going to pull one major clarifier. Five of Wands, please. What is the thing this person is most conflicted about in their heart? And I mean, conflict is coming up in their heart as well as competition. So, okay. For those of you who none of the third-party stuff relates, it could be that they view you as someone who is in high demand and they feel pressured to make a decision even though internally they're not ready to because they haven't decided. Yeah, they're conflicted about you, Cancer, right? The High Priestess. It's not to say that they're trying to push you to the sidelines. I think they do recognize your value and your worth. And there is an element of this as they don't want to blow it. They don't want to lose you, but I don't think they're able to give you what you want right now. And it's making it very difficult. They are feeling stressed and pressured to make a decision or to have a difficult conversation with you. And it's not that they have to relay terrible news. I'm not saying that across the board, though for some of you, it might be that like, I'm sorry, Cancer, but I can't. It could just be a very heavy conversation that the Knight of Wands doesn't like it when things get heavy. The Knight of Wands wants to play. He wants to have fun. He wants things to be simple and exciting. He wants to go on the adventures with you. But yeah, when it comes down to, are you going to marry me? The Knight of Wands doesn't frequently want to have that conversation because, again, he desires freedom. He's very lusty. He thirsts after the next major conquest, whether that's romantic or sexual or, whatever it is, right? It doesn't even have to be that, but this person is not sure they want to establish roots yet. Again, marriage factors into this somehow. I don't know if both of you are married. That could absolutely be. So I'm going to say this to some of my Cancers out there. I feel like this could also be a person of the past that you guys probably had a fling or a connection or dated for many years, whatever it is. You guys both may be married now and you're actually both thinking about each other. And possibly an Aquarius may factor into that, whether that's your person now or in the past or their person now. So if you're dealing with a fire sign, they will reach out to you. It's going to be a small offer. It's going to be a small token. Again, that could even, in a sense, represent a conversation that essentially needs a foundation, the seed that needs to be planted, if that makes any sense. There is a fire sign, potentially an Aries, that is invested and is interested. There is something important about, a couple things. Something about a pocket watch or almost like an old-timey, steampunk tarot, right? Like an old-timey pocket watch. I don't know if that's something that was passed down through generations. More than anything, it's a metaphor of the timing isn't just right yet, but they're still keeping it. Like they're still keeping time. They still know what's up. They still are thinking about making that offer and moving towards you. I have to say, in their action, I love that the Queen of Wands is coming up because it does indicate, action. She is the fire queen. She's work hard, play hard. She's charismatic. She's sexy. She's fun. She's an action queen, right? She is sitting on a throne. I am wondering if there's an age difference between some of you, or again, if somebody in this scenario may have a child. You could have children together, right? Depending on your past. The Queen of Wands will make an effort to offer you something. So again, male or female, Aries, Leo, Sag will very likely reach out. Some of you, your person has a cat. Like they have a very spiritual connection with their kitty cat. If it's a Leo, you will definitely hear from them. The Sun. And again, someone who has a son versus a daughter, children, do you know what I mean? All that is confirmation for some of you. So if you guys know who that is, you will hear from the Leo. Quite possibly in written word too, it's possible. All right, so let's see what the universe wants you to know about this, Cancer. So be optimistic, be positive. Again, what your mind is on, the sun, that is the card of Leo. So I am being called to say some of you think you know who this is, but it's actually someone else from your past. And again, if you were to find out who this is, and I'm not saying you all don't, but for some of you, it's like you're blindsided by another romantic suitor or option or whatever it is in your life, but there's actually someone else coming through, very likely a Leo, that you're going to be like, oh, them? But when you start thinking about it, you would not be turned off by it. You would be intrigued. You would, Knight of Wands style, you would be interested to be like, oh, wow, I haven't heard from them in ages. That's what's coming through here. There are a lot of people in this scenario, and I'm not saying that you're playing the field and that you have 9,000 suitors, but I'm saying I'm almost getting X's and X's of X's and your person's person and your, like, all these people are kind of coming through in like a hodgepodge way. What the universe wants you to know and understand about this is that you need to be optimistic. The sun brings change. The sun brings growth and renewal and revival. Things of the past. Again, the sun frequently is a card of children, of childhood. This could be someone, 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups, you're reviving or almost like reliving your childhood with this person. It could be someone who you've just look at the depiction of that. Someone you've been best friends with for years. It doesn't have to be childhood, but 6 of Cups is nostalgia, the past, looking back in a very sentimental type way. That's what I think is coming through. You have a Leo, and I hate to even say this, but I have to put it out there. It may not even be a romantic connection. This could be your best friend from high school. Like, hey, Cancer, haven't talked to you in ages. What's going on? You're going to hear from the Leo. Spirit wants you to be optimistic. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because the person that you're waiting on for the marriage proposal, if you're really like having to wrestle them down to the ground to get it, it's a sign that you're so above that. You shouldn't have to fight with this person to make them want to be with you, Cancer, right? And again, it's not to say this person won't come around, but my goodness, are they slow. You might be dealing with a Capricorn, or again, someone who just really values their bachelorette lifestyle. At the current moment, it doesn't seem like they are ready to completely give that away. Now, again, some of my people dealing with a fire sign, they're open to discussing it. Literally, it's like their hand is open to it. But this is so funny. Like, it's not signed, sealed, delivered yet. Like, let's have the discussion. Let's bring the sun, 2 sun cards. Let's bring illumination to the idea. You know, warmth, light, affection, passion. It's positive, but yet it's slow moving. So in your heart space, you have the Page of Cups. So this is, wanting flirtation, wanting empathy, wanting compassion, wanting kindness from your person. And then in your action card, you have the Moon. Action or outcome. The Moon says you don't know everything yet. So hang in there. I'm going to give you more, but why is the Page of Cups in their heart? I think it is saying this person does love you. You don't need to be offended that they're moving so slowly. I mean, understandably, if you've been with them a while, you're wanting that commitment. But this is saying it's not that they were trying to fool you or trick you. They do have love in their cup for you, but it's a page. Again, like a page, a child, right? Something from your childhood. This person isn't ready to like lock it down long term. There's an innocence about them. There's something... They have pure intentions, but again, they're not showing up as a king or a queen. Here it's like what the universe wants you to know is they're showing up as a page. They do have love to give, but it's almost like they're still this is what it is. They're still figuring out how they feel about this. And in the process, it's probably causing you some heartbreak, some pain, some frustration, some struggle. The universe is acknowledging that. That's exactly what this is. The internal battle of your person regarding the Cancer. The slow to commit, the naivete, the restraint of like the love that's being given, it is causing you pain. It's causing you worry or struggle, and the universe is acknowledging that. Some of you are going to end up going from a Leo to a Pisces because there's more love there, or vice versa. Again, you have options, Cancer. And some of you might not right now, but I would hold out because you have 10 of Cups coming up twice. You have the 6 of Pentacles, which again frequently represents multiple offers in love for me as a reader. And the 6 of Cups, I mean, Cancer, you very frequently romanticize the past, do you not? Don't shoot the messenger, but that to me is like, this is something Cancer would want. This is something Cancer would like. Yeah, a lot of you are going to start fresh. You're going to start new. Potentially, it could be with another Cancer or a Pisces. Or a lot of you are going to adopt the mentality of, okay, like if I can't force it, I'm just going to release. Like let go and let God. That would be a good choice, because that's when your King of Cups is going to show up. Your divine pairing. It comes after an epiphany, after a Tower moment of, I've been with this person for X amount of years and I just realized they weren't. That, for some of you, that's your Tower moment. This is probably you as well, Cancer, whether you're male or female. I have to be honest, a lot of you are going to try being single and test the waters out, Pisces, with someone else, potentially another water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. That ring, you're waiting on it. You're waiting on it, Cancer. Again, I'm not saying split up with your person. I'm not saying that. I mean, you of all Cancer are one of the most intuitive signs. You need to listen to your heart. But I would steer you away from the mentality of all is lost, hope is gone, they stabbed me in the back, I'm brokenhearted, because I think you have several people sailing in. An Aquarius, too, is interested in you. Boom, Tower. Towers are scary, right? But they don't have to be. Towers free us from things we couldn't see before because we are literally living in the dark, right? In the Tower, you can't see the light of day. It comes right after the Devil, right? It's toxic behavior. It's toxic patterns. It's staying in a relationship simply because it is familiar, because it is comfortable, or I mean, in an extreme case, because there's addiction issues there, because there's codependency, because it's an abusive relationship. The freedom brings clarity and insight. It just sometimes happens in a way that is a little bit uncomfortable. Even the way this is presenting to me, Cancer, it's like the shadow puppets there. What seems to be this innocent Page of Cups, there's a shadow side that I don't think you saw before. And I'm not saying this person is evil. What I'm saying is they didn't always wear their heart on their sleeve. They weren't always upfront with what they were feeling. And now I think you're starting to see them in a light, pun intended. A different side of them is showing. The idea of the fox, like the little sneak, almost like the liar, cheater, thief, in a lesser vibration. I think you're starting to see behind the curtain. You're starting to see what's really there, and what's really there is conflict. It's indecision about where they are with you, and I don't think that's what you want. I think you're swooping in for like the, hey, let's get married and have babies and have a happy life together. You know, some of my Cancers, if you relate to this message. And oh my God, you have the Tower 3 times. Regarding potentially an earth sign as well, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have a couple kings here though, don't you? So you have the Queen of Wands, you have the King of Cups, and you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Wands. Not to mention all the major arcana. Again, this has to do with people who are married, and then these people who are married, and like, wife swap. No, I'm kidding. I don't mean that. You have the Tower 3 times. I don't know what to tell you, Cancer, other than it's going to feel weird. It's going to be a little bit weird. Keep your vibration high. That's what the universe is saying. Be optimistic. Stay positive. Because from the Tower, some of you are going to have an Aquarius coming into your life. From the Tower comes the Star, which is about reconnecting to the divine, to God, to Source. It's a card of internal healing. And it also is bringing yourself back into the center of your world. Some of you have been giving too much to a person who wasn't able to give back to you. Yeah, I just got to be honest. You have a lot of cards indicating singlehood, but it's actually going to usher in the relationship that is meant for you, that is right for you, that essentially is the soulmate. Because here's the thing, Cancer. Let's just, devil's advocate, right? Or however you want to say it. All this struggle, this internal conflict that your person is feeling of, I don't know if Cancer's the one, like I like them and they don't want to break their heart, but I this and that. Isn't that a sign already? If your person is that like grappling with the decision to lock it down with you, why? I'm posing the question, why would you want to be with someone who doesn't know? Right? And I know that's hard to hear. That sucks, right? And I'm not saying they couldn't change the tune of their song, but right now the energies are literally guiding you towards the Tower. Like, change it up. Something in this scenario needs to change, or it's like God being like, I'm gonna come in and change it for you, Cancer. So it's like, literally, wake up. This is a wake-up call. You can avoid this Tower, but it's saying you need to change something, because right now it's like you're dancing with the devil. Some of you are with a Capricorn, right? I just heard even if we're just dancing in the dark. Bruce Springsteen. I don't know what that's coming through. Maybe you all are listening to some Bruce Springsteen. Maybe that's someone's name. Final advice or guidance for this tower. What's the deal here? It could indicate moving out of a home with someone if you guys are currently living together. It's like sort of like the roof is coming down. And actually something interesting about house repairs, specifically the roof. The ocean. Because there's plenty of fish in the sea, Cancer. I'm going to leave you with that. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. See you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.